We've got to raise the bar, and we've got to continue to raise the bar. I don't think any of those young men, when they signed to come to Tennessee, they signed to say they wanted to come and be a part of a 7-6 program. They said they wanted to come and compete for championships, SEC championships, national championships. I know that's what I want. I know that's what Tennessee wants. I know that's what the expectation is. So we've got to continue to reassess everything that we're doing and make sure that we're continuing to move the needle in the right direction.
It was very casual. We were just kind of walking off the field, and he was like, "So what you gonna do?" I said, "I'm gonna come back next year." He was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm excited. Let's go to Atlanta." And I was like, "Yes, sir. Let's make it happen."
99% of the people in this world want to be great. Would you agree with that? Yeah, they're called wannabes. 1% work to be great. Drop the mic on that.
The team makes two takes a win. Play for makes breaks, one comes always score. If it hurts, you ain't the breaks, no get you know let up, put on more steam. Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, our ball game. All obstacles, block, cut, sides, through the game, tackle, this win it is. First you again, we're here for the first made. Carry like you never 60 minutes. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. We're from Tennessee. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. We're from Tennessee. To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here.
There on the field, the pride of the Southland band crisply marches into the Giant T. The rear, the roar of 97,000 fans rises with each rhythmic step. In the background, George Beaches is singing "Fight, Balls, Fight." The orange and white Shakers flood the air. The volunteers are ready at the north end of the football field to burst through the gate. They're coming now, racing onto the field through the Giant T. In that magic moment that says, wherever you are, it's football time in Tennessee.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley.
I'm Dauber.
And I am Gabriel.
And it is freaking game day. Gabriel, you said you're about to puke. Gabe, you said
man,
I'm knocking stuff over.
I'm sick, man. I had to eat something or else I was gonna get a headache, but I am sick, dude. Listen, you have to be able to put this into perspective. This is the biggest game Tennessee has ever played since I've been alive. I know Tennessee's played for a couple SEC titles since I was born, back when I was under 3, but that doesn't count. Okay, that doesn't count because I wasn't aware of all that then. Since I have been aware of Tennessee football, there's not even been a game that's come close to this. This is massive, and you know, I'm not normally, like, before the LSU game, I wasn't very nervous. I was excited to watch Tennessee play. I wasn't that nervous. I am nervous for this game.
Dauber, it feels good, doesn't it, buddy? It feels good. It feels like the old days. We've been there, done that. We've seen.
Way it used to be there, buddy.
Yeah. Let me tell you a little story, son.
Oh man. Yeah. It's funny. It's a weird kind of calmness and
Ooh, not me. I'm not calm.
No, but I mean, just going into the game knowing that this team can win this game today. It's not, you know, well, Tennessee has to play a flawless, perfect game, no mistakes, 100% execution on every play from everybody, and still get help from Alabama not playing well. This team can go out and they can beat them on the field, and that's the confidence I have. It's a feeling that hasn't been there in a long time, but you know, they could go out and get beat, and that's not let's press the panic button and let's, you know, run coaches out of town. This is a big time game, big time opportunity for this team to take that next step.
Dakota in the chat there says, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, in year 2 of this coaching staff.
Dakota in the chat says, I'll let Boogie explain that new emoji. Yeah, we added a new emoji. Dakota sent me a message, I think it was yesterday, and said, Boogie, we get pissed. We get pissed when you don't play the clip. So we need an emoji for play the clip. So there is a $1 million man emoji. So if somebody drops a $50 super chat and you guys are mad and want us to shut up and drop the play the clip, you can use that emoji to let me know. So there are some super chats. Let's run it down. See who's here. Coach Heupel's cough for 10. Thank you for the super chat. Says Rammer Jammer. It don't matter if you bring a hammer. Vols by Fitty. Love it. Love it. Clay Carpenter becomes a member of the channel. Thank you for the support. This is a fan call-in show, so the members will have access to come on, hang out, tailgate with the Talkin VAWLS crew. The link is out there for members of the Talkin VAWLS Elite, so go ahead and go to the community tab. You guys know what to do. John Hill for 10. Thank you for super chat. Bama about to be beaten by the Volunteers of Tennessee. Go Big Orange. That means we can start the stream. Once John gives a super chat, we can start the party. Chris becomes a member of the channel. Thank you for that, Chris. We appreciate the support, buddy. And Katana, Dauber, you want to take that one? There you go. You sound like a real gamer down there, Gabe. Thank you for joining the channel. We appreciate it. You've got access to those custom Talkin VAWLS emojis as well. Guys, flood the chat with them. Again, we have sent out the link to all the members of the Elite. We'll get some of them on here in just a second. Here is a bird's eye view live from Neyland Stadium. Woo! If Brad only knew to turn his phone sideways. Turn your phone sideways. Sideways, Brad.
Go Big Orange.
Man, that is beautiful. Look at all that orange.
He can't hear us, so let's mute him so we can just enjoy the view. Matt Begley's in the house. What's up, Matt?
What's going on, Boogie?
How you feeling? You excited, nervous, scared?
Oh, you know it.
Oh, I love the shirt. Love the shirt.
Been partying all morning long, man. Been repping orange all week, and it's here, man. We only what?
Less than an hour.
53 minutes away.
We were talking right before we went live. Me and Gabe were talking, and we were talking about Bryce Young. And it's kind of interesting because all week long, didn't really feel like Bryce Young was going to play. But did you guys get kind of mixed feelings about the way all that went down on game day? Like, Pete Thamel comes out and says he's expected to play, and then they interview Saban, and he's like, we're not sure. You know, he's on a limited pitch count, all this stuff. Then they go as far to say that he didn't practice Thursday. There's no way Bryce Young plays today, Matt. No way.
I don't see it. I mean, I had an AC joint sprain in high school. I got hit and landed on it, kind of similar to what he did. And that thing bugged me forever because I pitched in baseball too. And it lasted forever and ever and ever. And the limited pitch count today is what kind of gave me the idea that we may not see him. But, I mean, even if we do, to be 100% honest with you, the way that I think we go after that quarterback and the way that we can beat Alabama is to get after Bryce Young, kind of treat him the way we did Jaden Daniels last week. And, I mean, if they want to put him out there and let BY go after BY, let's do it.
Somebody in chat said that somebody in chat said that Bryce Young was throwing from 35 to 40 yards in warm-ups. That ain't good enough. I don't think he's going to play out there. Even if he's warming up, throwing 35, 40 yards, if he's got to throw one on a dart or if he's got to throw a 50-yarder, that just ain't good enough. So,
how can you read the chat? Because I've made a huge mistake, and all I can see is the $1 million man's face everywhere in the chat. And that's because Black Metal Banjo drops a $50 super chat. That ain't cheap. Clearly, you can't read the chat now. Anytime somebody drops a 50 spot, we're going to have trouble. We got to play the clip.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 million man.
What?
StreamYard is not happy today. There's some, you get over a certain number, StreamYard just dies. Black Metal Banjo for 50 says, got my cigar on standby. Go Big Orange. Thank you, Black Metal Banjo, for the super chat. We appreciate it. Dauber, did you pick up a cigar today?
I believe there are some where I am at, so the
question is, are they gonna let you fire it up in their house?
We might go out by the pool right after the game before I jump on here.
Oh, don't let your job get in the way of a good cigar. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. I'll handle the show. You go smoke a cigar, and I'll hang out with 1,000 of my closest friends. Trucker Dougie, what's going on, buddy? How you feeling? You nervous, anxious, excited, scared?
I am. I'm excited, very excited. I'm not really nervous. I don't know. I got sick this morning, so maybe I got all the nerves out. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm 31, so the last, 2006. I just keep going back to 2006. You know, like that year, like I was in sophomore that year, so I remember it a little bit. I don't know. This whole year just reminds me of that year. You know.
Yeah,
No.
there's something special about this year for sure. There he is.
There is.
Mr. Polk County himself.
Oh, gosh.
You at home? Yeah, yeah.
My mother's house.
Unfortunately, I am not going to be done driving. But that's
Where
not
you-
going to stop me.
Where are you delivering?
I'm in,
Tennessee's getting ready to play the biggest game of your all's lifetime, and freaking Jordan's worried about where you're delivering. Jordan. Now we've got a show. Now we can carry on, and we can talk about Tennessee football. What's wrong with you, Jordan? What is wrong with you? Tennessee is 45 minutes away from the biggest game in some of these people's lifetime, and you want to talk about trucking.
I work in trucking too.
We know how this goes. Last weekend it was a tiny Coke can that I started. I admit, but it's. Hey, you know what? He's been in that recliner 2 weeks in a row. He's got some things on his mind. Come on now.
Feels like 98. Let me catch up on Super Chat. Samantha becomes a member of the channel. Thank you, Samantha. We appreciate that. Jay, see, I remembered, Gabe. Jay for $5.
Yep,
Thank you,
there
Super
you
Chat.
go.
Nothing to say, just a $5 tip. We appreciate that. Dalton L for $2. Hope to have a LSU type start today. Would be huge. Yeah, they got to get out of the gate fast. I'm just afraid, man. This is the opposite of last week. Last week I felt like if there was a blowout, it was Tennessee that was going to win big. And if it was a close game, maybe LSU could win. This one's the opposite. I feel like if it's a blowout, it's going to be Alabama. Hopefully I'm wrong. Will be for $5. GBO, the biggest game I can remember. Huge, man. Huge, Dauber.
Big time. I want to put Coach Jay on the spot here and throw out a shout out for that shirt. Representing on the left coast there. Talking about a couple weeks ago how this university and the momentum that they have nationwide is growing, and you come with that. I love it, man. It's good to see because as we know, you got to recruit across the country to be successful.
Absolutely. When you're successful, Vol Nation should really spread. I was born in California. I lived in Tennessee for some time, but first game was in '89 against UCLA, and the Vol faithful kind of took me in, bought some scalp tickets, or my father bought some scalp tickets. But after that, went to Colorado Kickoff Classic, another UCLA game, Peyton Manning's first UCLA game.
Oh,
and
nice.
I was in love, man, and lived in Nashville for a little while, around Knoxville area for a little while. So, yep, full-fledged now, absolutely.
Now, see, I can't stand people that say that we don't want new fans coming into this fan base. People being like, if you weren't with us when Derek Dooley and Butch Jones was here, and you get out.
Is that how they talk, Gabe?
Yeah, that's exactly how they talk. Because you know what? That's exactly how they talk. That's exactly what they sound like. We want more people in this fan base. If you haven't even heard of Tennessee before today, if Tennessee, come on in. I hate seeing that on. And I think the consensus of most people is that we do want more fans. But I've seen a fair few amount going out there and trying to what's the word? Gate off. You gatekeep.
Yeah.
Gatekeep Tennessee football. And I'm like, man, shut up. Go away.
I'll tell you what does annoy me, though, to play a little bit of devil's advocate. I hate people that are Tennessee fans and they go work in the yard on game day or they go do this, they go do that. They always find something else to do on game day. Now, all of a sudden, Tennessee's undefeated and they're posting on Facebook and Twitter like it's their life, like they live and breathe and die by Tennessee football. But to each their own. You enjoy it the way you want to enjoy it. I'll enjoy it the way I want to enjoy it. Hold on. Breaking news from Jordan. He's going to tell us the exit number for every McDonald's in the state of Tennessee.
You don't. I'm just saying, though, this is the biggest home game since the '98 Florida game, in my opinion.
You know, so and on that note, I had a thought a minute ago. Is Dauber mentioned something about if we lose this game, it's not going to be like chase the coaches out of town, tear down Neyland Stadium. It's not going to be like that because there used to be not necessarily in my lifetime, but there used to be a time where if you lost to Florida. If Coach Majors or Coach Fulmer lost to Florida, I will get him next year. It wasn't like, oh Lord, the world's falling apart. But
okay, what is happening? Hold on, what is going on? There is a full-fledged man crush in the chat. Dauber noticed me.
Dauber, though?
What's up, Matthew?
Ooh, oh my gosh, what is it? I'm sorry, Gabe. I couldn't.
No, that's okay. That's pretty much all I was gonna say. Is just it didn't used to be like it was make or break with Florida, Alabama, and Georgia. If you didn't beat them, you didn't beat them, and there's always next year. It's not felt like that recently, especially. I mean, it's been like 2 years, and if you don't beat one of them in 2 years, you're on the hot seat. We gave everybody a chance. Heupel's already beat Florida, in year 2. I mean, that's all. That's all I wanted to say. It's just the point that if it does feel different, it's not the sort of if we lose, riot in the streets of Knoxville and put Heupel on the hot seat. If we lose this game, I think we arguably have a better chance of going out and beating Georgia with a chip on our shoulder, having a rematch at Bama. So
yeah, it seems very high reward, relatively low risk of a game for Tennessee.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly why a lot of people think Tennessee's gonna go out there and win, because Tennessee doesn't have a whole awful lot to lose. They've been on the wrong side of this for a decade and a half. They don't have a whole lot to lose this year. I mean, they got to go out and compete at the least.
You look at the last couple of weeks. The word that I've used is relevancy, and Tennessee has been the epicenter of college football for ESPN for 2 weeks this season. SEC Nation that was there today. All eyes are on Knoxville right now. The momentum and the positivity around this program and Coach Heupel and what's going on. I mean, you can't beat that.
I said I didn't want moral victories this
absolutely.
weekend. I don't, but I'm just afraid if they do lose today, and we shouldn't even be speaking this into existence. We should be celebrating, having a good time, enjoying the moment. But if I'm afraid I'm going to be like, well, if they were competitive, that's all you can really ask for at this point in the game. Seth, how you feeling, buddy? What do you want to see today? Are you going to be happy? Are you going to take a moral victory, or is it win or die?
I don't like the word moral victory, really, but I'm just ready for this. I'm ready. Everybody's like nervous or anxious, but I'm just ready. But if we go out there and we play the way that we have been playing, and even the way we did last week, I think we'll take care of business. I really do. We will lose if we shoot ourselves in the foot. Mm-hmm. And I don't really, my BVS is kind of going out the window a little bit, which is something weird because I haven't felt safe in the past decade.
It's going to be it's a peculiar feeling for sure to feel like I still haven't gotten to the point where I actually feel like Tennessee is a legitimately good football team, even though they are, and that's why everyone likes them and why people are beating them or are picking them to beat Alabama. When was the last time somebody on game day picked Tennessee? When was the last time Tennessee or game day was in town for Tennessee, Alabama?
A couple weeks ago for Florida.
No, I mean for Alabama. Okay.
Okay, Paul.
That's because when's the last time they played Alabama and they weren't favored by more than 2 scores? I think they said it on game day. It was like late 2008, 2009, something like that. I can't remember. Let me hit these super chats real quick. Max Barrett for 2. Love this channel. Keep it up. Thank you, Max. We appreciate the tip. Jay for 5. What do you rate Pat McAfee's flip? I loved it, dude. I tweeted out during game day. Pat McAfee is the best thing they've done for that show in a long time. I love Pat McAfee. And yes, he's full of crap, and he's shilling to each local fan base, but that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be an entertainer for the town that you're in. Thomas for 5. Thank you for the super chat. Champagne is chilled in the fridge when the Vols win today. Thank you, Thomas, for the super chat. We appreciate it. Guys, we got almost 400 people watching the Tailgate show, the fan call-in show, the hangout. We're going to take you all the way up to kickoff, and then we'll be live immediately following the game. It'll be me, Dauber, and Snake is back in town. So we'll have the post-game show. Hopefully we are here celebrating. Jordan, I can tell you're about to explode. You got something you got to say, and I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
I was in Telco Plains yesterday and then in Somerville.
Anyway, yes, this is, in my opinion, the biggest game since the
He's got to be on a lag. Every time he starts to talk, it stops. Now he's locked up.
Oh, man.
I thought he was just staring for a second
Biggest
like, wait,
game.
what?
Biggest game since. Oh, there he goes.
He's locked up. Drummer Converse, you're the man of good fortune. Jordan is locked up. Now Jordan's stuck in the back. I can't get him back on. Hang tight, Jordan. Hang tight. What's going on, Drummer Converse?
What's going on today, fella? It's been a while, but how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Doing all right, man. Ready for this Bama game, man. Excited. Let's see how it's going to be. It's interesting to be in a spot here now where, this game actually feels like something we're supposed to, where you're going, you used to come into this game here for the last few years and going, all right, how much are we going to get beat by? So,
well, that's it. The apathetic nature has gone out the window. That was my point opening the show. It's entering the game with that sort of confidence that it's going to be a ball game. This team, not just, and it's, I know Wednesday night I said compete. It's more than just compete. This team, they can go out and beat Alabama, and it's not going to be on some trick plays or they can go toe to toe and play with them. That's the way I feel right now. And yeah, I don't twist it. Don't get it wrong. I am nervous for the game. I always get nervous for the game. I had breakfast a little bit ago. like Boogie and Gabe and I were talking before we went live. It's hard to eat, especially these 3:30 kicks. We're watching the game during dinner time and then go live. It's tough, but I'm on the edge of my chair and nervous the whole time anyway, so I couldn't. But it's good to have that feeling going into a ball game.
Do y'all have any y'all what are y'all sort of bold predictions for this game? Because this is such an unpredictable game. Nobody can really say what's going to happen because there's so many factors. What do y'all want to see, or what's a good scenario or a bold prediction y'all might have for this game?
Tennessee wins by multiple possessions.
All right. Dustin has one.
I was going to say I might have a heart attack before it even starts. For some reason, I'm drinking coffee.
Me too, Dustin. I make the stupidest decisions, the dumbest decisions.
I don't know. But I said before the LSU game, I don't think we had yet to play our best game. And so hopefully we can continue to build on that. And I think we may have gotten over the CBS curse as well. So hopefully both of those things will come into play in our favor. I just think we got to play solid, clean, straightforward, and kind of keeping that quiet confidence about it. It's been hard with all the hype lately, but I think if we just, regardless of what happens, if we just keep on playing, I think we've got a good chance. And I've said it all week too. If not now, win.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think we set up for a better opportunity. And I heard the game day this morning that you don't take Bama ever lightly, right? They're not limping in a game against Tennessee. But I don't think, if you look back at even the history of being a Tennessee fan, this morning, my boys, I put on my Buck Family shirt this morning, and they know, in their lifetime, they're 8 years old. Dad hates Florida, and Dad hates Georgia. And now we're in Georgia, so Dad really hates Georgia. But they've not had the hatred of Alabama spread to them yet. because it's not been relevant in their entire lifetime. This morning, I've got them upstairs jumping around, giving the Go Vols sign, yelling "Buck Fama" as loud as they can.
Hey, Matt, do you know where you could get a Buck Fama shirt by chance? Do you know?
Bonfire.com/Talkin VAWLS, baby.
/store/Talkin VAWLS.
go.
So close. So close. Bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Get your Buck Fama shirt. These things are going to be gone tonight after the post-game show. Once me and Dauber wrap and Snake, we're shutting it down. We're going to delete that shirt off the store. So if you want one, now's the time. Now is the time. And you may say, well, Boogie, what if Tennessee loses? Well, you got to have it for the future. So be ready to rock that Buck Fama shirt. Bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Let me run down some super chats here real quick. Austin Byers becomes a member of the channel. Thank you, Austin. We appreciate that. Speaking of the fan call-in show, the link is now out there for members of Talkin VAWLS Gold and higher. So if you're a member of Talkin VAWLS Gold, you can join the show as well. Samantha for 2. Gabriel, did you find a cigar?
I did not. No.
You're not old enough, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I did not. I did not find a cigar. So afterwards, I'm just going to have to. I don't know. Enjoy the win, I guess.
Have a nice Coke.
By just being happy.
Have a nice Coke. Max Barrett for 2. I want Bryce to play. Will be sweeter when we win. Man, I hope all their quarterbacks are out. I'm not a man of that type of mindset. I hope they're all out. The Real Hank for 10. On my way to my grandpa's house, he played basketball at UT. All my life, I've watched the Vols with him. I'm from Louisiana, but all I've ever known is GBO. Go Vols. Vols by 50. I love it, Hank. Me and Dauber talk about that all the time. We love Tennessee football, but a big part of it is the people that you get to enjoy Tennessee football with. Michael Banks for.
That's what's so awesome about this, and what we've got with this platform with Talkin VAWLS is hanging out with you guys, and especially these fan calling shows. I told Boogie this is one of my favorite things to do is get on, hang out with you guys, and hear what you all have to say.
The fan calling show is supposed to be an hour on Tuesday nights. And every single week it goes at least 2 hours. That's because this is your platform. Michael Banks for 10. I'm surrounded by Bama fans right now at work in my Buck Fama hoodie. I couldn't feel better. Go Big Orange. Man, you guys love that shirt. We appreciate you picking them up. Debo for 5. Vegas gives us a 25% chance to win. FPI gives us 30%. We need the fans to be loud all game, and players will have to make huge plays. There's that F. You guys keep putting weird letters. I get Go Big Orange. I understand. Sometimes you guys put an orange emoji with it. I get it. But some of you put like GBFO. I don't know what that means. And then you put GBMFO. I don't know what that means. But I
don't think we can say it out loud.
I think it's
backwards.
I'm pretty sure.
You can try to get
Go Big, my friends.
Wait
orange.
a minute. I thought
my friends
Buck Fama means something. Buck Fama means something else. Did you guys trick me into a profane T-shirt? Oh my gosh! I feel like I've been lied to.
Ignorance, plain ignorance, Boogie. Ignorance is always a good excuse.
I'm gonna switch up on something real quick. I'm gonna switch up on an opinion because Bryce Young warming up, he can throw 40 yards in warm-ups. I don't think that means a dang thing. I really think that they're gonna play him. I think they're going to put him out there. And frankly, I hate that for him because he is not 100% healthy. He's just, if he has to, the way they were doing it is they were warming up. And I mean, this is kind of how they do it anyway, but the trainer was going 1 yard back every time, 1 yard back, just getting that
shoulder
loose.
Where are you seeing this? Where are you seeing this?
Twitter, there's a couple videos going around. So Bryce Young can throw it. I think they're going to play him. I think they think he's that valuable to them. And frankly, I don't know what that means for Tennessee because he is still hurt. I hate that for Bryce Young because if he takes a hit on that shoulder, I mean, that's just that. I just hate to even think about that, frankly.
I mean, for him, it's for Tennessee, it's send the dogs, send the house on him.
We're not gonna hit any softer just because he's already hurt.
Exactly. Some people may think it's not sportsmanlike, but that's sports, man. An opponent's got a weakness, and you know what weakness it is. You exploit it.
We're not. It's not Tennessee's fault that Alabama's playing an injured player. So yeah, they're not going to hit any softer just because Bryce Young is hurt. So
yeah, and Alabama's offensive line is not what Alabama's offensive line usually is this year, not by a long shot. So they got to bring the heat a bit. Most
I hate
definitely.
that for Bryce.
Yeah, bold prediction for the game, though. I think we get a pick 6 this week.
Ooh, I'd love to see that. D. Williams, perhaps? Anybody?
Perhaps. Yep. Or
Kamal
maybe
Hadden
even
is questionable with a hamstring. So if Kamal Hadden can't go, then I don't see anybody better than D to take some snaps in there. So
absolutely.
My bold prediction was someone already took mine with that. Or someone took my bold prediction of that we win by multiple scores. I think especially if Bryce Young goes out, but bold, not really that bold, but I'm just going to call it now. Hendon Hooker has 500 total yards of offense, 400 through the air, and he has his Heisman game.
that's very possible. I think that's a really good bold prediction actually.
Somebody in the chat just tagged me in the video here, so let's take a look at it. Let me see. Hold on. Let me hit these super chats, then we'll watch this video of Bryce warming up. Thomas Maynard for 2. Not a smoker. That's why I went with champagne. And we all have our vices. Enjoy what you enjoy. Hopefully you enjoy it to a win. X Factor in the house with a $5 super chat. What's good, Talkin VAWLS fam? Up here in Pennsylvania, got my Jersey UT beanie on. Let's get this dub and shock the world. GBO. See, Xavier gets it. I know what Xavier's talking about. He says GBO, go Big Orange. I love it. I saw somebody in the chat say we need X Factor in here. Yeah, he's out of town, so he couldn't make it for the fan call-in. Angry Titan for 2 says roll smoke. GBO. He says go balls. Actually, I can't read. I just make things up. Let me play the. Actually, it's. Let's see, Matt, we're full. I'll try to rotate you around here in just a second. I see you back there in the back room. Let me let's play this clip and see what Bryce looks like warming up. What is that? Was that 30? Was he from 30 right there?
Yeah, 30.
So there's 35. I'm muting that just in case.
Yeah.
So and I even wonder if
that doesn't look like it has a lot of zip on it.
No, it doesn't.
I was just thinking that it doesn't. It looks like he's just he's barely been able to loft it up there. It doesn't look like it's got a lot of strength on it.
That's what I'm
My thing is, why did they have him catching the ball too when it's coming back to him?
I was going to say the same exact thing, and I've been watching Bryce play for a lot of years. He looks a little ginger on the throw.
He doesn't look healthy. I know that.
Yeah, I trust Coach Jay on here because he is not only is he a coach, but he's watched Bryce play. I gotta trust that opinion. That's a very valuable opinion to have.
Coach Apple's cough says it's a smoke screen.
Listen, if he plays, he's going to be limited. They're gonna call the game based on that.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of 3-step drops, get the ball out quick. To limit the opportunity for him to get hit. I think it does not necessarily make him one-dimensional, but they're not going to go vertical. It's all going to be short to mid-range passes.
Which in a lot of ways does make them one-dimensional. I mean, 1.5 dimensional, I guess.
Yeah. Do you see them running any zone read today?
No, I mean
with Bryce Young,
not with Bryce.
Because if they do, you call bullshit as the D coordinator, right?
Yeah. Somebody censor Coach Jay. Right? Somebody censor Coach Jay.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing is that's the problem with something like because people have been like, oh well, they're going to put Bryce out there for throwing scenarios and they're going to bring Jalen Milroe out for running scenarios. That's the thing is then you become predictable. Then Tennessee knows that Bryce is out there for
even with Milroe. I think it does sort of force their hand to be one-dimensional in terms of they're going to look more to run. And honestly, I think even if Young plays, I think they're going to be heavy run. So I think that plays to Tennessee's strength on defense. I don't think that they're going to pick apart this secondary, which is, in my opinion, the biggest question mark. The Achilles heel for this team is the back half of that defense. So, Boogie converted me a couple weeks ago. If you're going to get beat, at least get beat bringing the pressure and forcing them to make a play instead of just letting them pick you apart. So,
and the back end's even worse now than it was. Confirmed today, Jalen McCullough's not playing. Obviously, Burrell's out for the year. The rumors of Kamal Hadden battling a hamstring. He's questionable. This secondary's they're going to be tested big time today. Big time.
But can they? With a quarterback with a gimpy throwing shoulder and then backup quarterback that's not proven it.
Bryce put on full pads, so unless they're bringing this smoke screen down to kickoff,
that's what they
Bryce
did last
is playing.
week.
Yeah, he did it
They
last
did
week.
it last week.
That's true.
The difference is he's throwing now. That's the difference. Is he's throwing now.
He was throwing underhand last week.
Yeah.
Right.
Imagine how stupid Vegas will feel though if for whatever
Yeah.
reason he doesn't get in on there.
I don't think he plays him. I don't see it.
I agree.
I think
agree with
Saban
Dob.
will save him. You know, I mean, Alabama can afford to lose this game and still make the SEC championship, but Saban's looking ahead for that.
Oh, I guess we'll find out.
I agree with Dauber. I think that with Dauber, I think they're still going to lean heavy on the run game regardless of the quarterback. And I think it's going to be a true test for the coaching staff as well to, as far as the game plan goes, both halves, regardless of what happens, kind of cater as the game goes along to whatever game plan is going to be productive.
Let's change gears. Let me hit these couple of super chats and then change gears real quick. Max Barrett for 5. And actually, if there's anybody that's been here since the beginning that cares to bounce, we got a couple of guys in the back trying to come in, and then we'll see if we can get more people on. Who's at the drag strip? Max Barrett for 5. Who is that? All right. I get yelled at when you guys have bad audio. Max Barrett for 5. My late grandfather was a Vol fan. Volunteer orange runs through my veins. Being a Vols fan is a way of life. Win or lose, I'm always a VFL. Thank you for the super chat, Max. We got Matt Falk for 2. I fell in love with the Vols in '93 on a 17-17. What he run out of the letters?
That was back when they could tie.
Oh yeah, I mean I remember those days, but I don't know what game he's talking about. Thank you for the super chat, Matt. Mark Salyers for 10. Vols for the upset, 41-38. I'll take it. Carl for 5. I'd love to see Turnage play star and lead the team in tackles against his old team. GBO. Yeah, Turnage has just been irrelevant, man. Irrelevant. Got a couple more here. I want to make sure I stay on top of it. Dylan Elam for 5. Thank you for super chat. Shut down Jahmyr Gibbs. This Bama offense is going to struggle.
100%.
Yeah, that it definitely sets up in Tennessee's favor if they go run heavy. Adam Bowen for 10. If Bryce Young doesn't play, that means Nick Saban is nervous. I think it's a dumb decision for them if he's not 100% and you risk him going out there and getting banged up. But look, we're all talking about. Let me get Robert on here. What's up, Robert? We're all talking about Alabama's offense and Tennessee's defense. What about Tennessee's offense and the ability to go out there in a shootout and keep up with Alabama? Can Alabama stop Tennessee? Nobody's asking that question. Nobody's talking about whether or not Alabama can stop Tennessee.
Tennessee's motion is going to absolutely rip apart this Alabama secondary. Alabama secondary is not good at communication and getting set the way they need to. Tennessee's motion is notorious for making those mismatches and causing busts. Alabama, if Tennessee can make Alabama pay on those busts, I think there's going to be at least 2 or 3 today, and that's going to help Tennessee get down the field. I really think Tennessee can out-scheme. I mean, Tennessee is going to make that cheetah package that everyone's been raving about a almost non-factor in this game. It doesn't have to be a non-factor, but we are going to be able to recognize those packages, and we are going to have a playbook for those looks specifically. Unless Alabama just does Alabama can't disguise it because it's a player package. You know what I mean? They have specific players for it. If they say, oh, these guys are on the field, Tennessee's going to have that schemed up. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. If we can just chip yards down the field, Alabama's going to want to take away our deep game, take away the big plays. We don't necessarily even need that because we have big playability, short yardage, the big shots. Hopefully, the key question is our run game. Can we just get the run game? It doesn't need to be explosive. We don't need to have a 300 yards on the ground type of day. If we can get 100 yards on the ground, 150 yards on the ground, just have enough of a push in those key scenarios, the short yardage, 3rd and 4th downs. I think that's going to be good enough to put up however many points we need to beat this Alabama team today.
Did y'all watch that?
Yeah, I agree. I think matchups with the receivers are pretty solid against their secondary. So, I think if we can just, I think it'll be interesting to see what Heupel dials up for this game, because I think he's still got plenty of back pocket. We'll surprise. We'll have some guys running wide open, and like you said, I think hopefully that threat will open up the run game.
I agree. What did you say, Robert?
Did anybody see the first half of that Ole Miss game earlier?
I watched the first 2 plays, and then I switched to Penn State and Michigan.
All right, so there was a play that Ole Miss ran that I would love to see us run. Dart got the ball and headed around the right end. They had a pulling guard, and then Zach Evans came out of the backfield to lead block, and threw the defenders up. He just tossed it over their head for a touchdown.
Yeah, I would love to see some of that. I'd love to see some of that, taking their linebackers out of coverage. We need to get the tight ends involved today. Jacob Warren, I think, has got to be a big man out there on the field today. I don't know about Princeton. I love Princeton fan, but Jacob Warren is a bomb waiting to explode. I am excited to get that guy involved. So hopefully we can do some of that stuff with a tight end leaking out into the middle of the field. That's kind of what happened against Florida. If y'all remember, Hendon was leaking out to the right side, draw the linebackers up. Jacob Warren was wide open. Hendon just couldn't quite get himself stopped to make that pass. So that would have been a touchdown. So if we can do something like that, except just by design, that's going to be big today.
Well, that to your point just a minute ago, Gabe, I'm on the road. If you guys didn't know, I don't have my setup behind me. I'm down in Georgia, in Bulldog country, with some friends. But this offense is set up. Yeah, tempo is a big part of it, but it's the mismatches that are created, and the tempo drives creating those mismatches. And I like what this coaching staff has done over the last year and a half. You've seen it almost on a game-to-game basis. There's 1 to 2 plays where you do have somebody running wide open, and it's all because of the scheme. People want to think, oh, they're scoring 40 points a game, they run fast, it's tempo, but it's all to set up those mismatches and put strain and stress on the defense because they can't sub. So you're creating that space and allowing, I fully expect to see a ceiling fan.
That's awesome.
I fully expect to see some slants today that go right across the face.
Slants? You said?
Of old Hank T. I fully expect that because he
Old
has yet to prove, even transferring down south, that he can cover a slant.
Yeah, if I do everything I could to get Jalen Hyatt matched up against Henry going over the middle, he's going to smoke him every single time.
Yeah.
Roll.
Yeah, and then also I'm real interested to see if our receivers can just out physical Alabama's cornerbacks on the edges today. I think it's going to be a big key and a way we can kind of extend our running yards by throwing as well, right, if you will.
Brew McCoy certainly will.
I'm not worried about Brew.
Ramel is the big question physically as far as getting physical on the perimeter. Jalen is really good at getting physical.
Better. Yeah, Jalen's really played well at that.
I'm excited to see Ramel though. See if we have any special. I mean, come on. Tennessee's gonna pull out all the tricks for this game, and they need to be able to run their base offense effectively, of course. But they're going to pull out all the tricks for this game. They just are. What no matter what it is, those things they've been hiding in the back of the playbook so far this season. It's coming out today. We're going to see hopefully some really exciting stuff. Well, we aren't going to see Jabari hand it off to Jabari Small on first down for 2 yards. Hand it off on Jabari Small on second down for 2 yards. Play action to Jabari Small, quick toss out to Brew McCoy for 5 yards. We're not going to see that today. And, at least we better not, because that's not going to work against this Alabama team. So we'll see. But I'm really excited to watch our offense on this game.
Let me run through some more super chats real quick. Braden Jeffers for 2. Thank you for super chat.
Yeah.
Nothing to say. Just a tip in the tip jar. Dan Yoder for 5. Brew 100-plus yards today. GBO. I just think, man, as listening to the conversation the last 45 minutes, plus listening to all the media, everybody's talking about what Alabama's offense is going to do. I think Tennessee's offense is going to come play some football today. Savage for 2. Thank you for super chat. Nothing to say. Just a tip in the tip jar. Thomas for 2. Vols by Fitty. You can pick up a Vols by Fitty shirt as well. Bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Robert Tyndall for 10. Born in 86. Dad's side of the family from Knoxville. 95-01 was UT's longest win streak in the rivalry. Let's start a new streak today. Shout out to Gabriel. Vol Nation running wild in Tejas. Brother Woo.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Robert, for the super chat.
I was out on a walk today because I had to just walk, just get the nerves out, whatever, just distract myself, pass some time. And down here, there's a lot of different people that root for a lot of different teams. I was walking past houses with Georgia flags, South Carolina flags, LSU flags. I was a little scared. I'm gonna be honest. Repping Tennessee down here, I think, is dangerous sometimes, especially when you get around the fake UT fans. And man, there's a lot of people who don't like Tennessee down here, so it's a little sketchy. But absolutely, we got to represent either way.
Eric Jones for 5. Thank you for super chat. What's up, Boogie Dauber and the rest of all nation? It's football time in Tennessee. Time to beat Bama. GBO. Thank you, Eric, for the super chat. Go ahead, Dauber.
I was going to say, traveling down here to Georgia yesterday evening, we stopped at Buc-ee's, and I was walking in Buc-ee's in my orange, strutting like Conor McGregor. I was ready. Saw some LSU fans. Saw a lot of orange heading up the road to Knoxville. And man, everything that I've seen today, game day, SEC Nation, just a sea of orange, and all the tweets I'm seeing, it is going to be off the charts. And I just hope Tennessee scores first, and this crowd never becomes disengaged. I hope that it's electric the entire game.
Y'all saw who's back in Neyland for as an Alabama analyst today, right? No?
Is it
old Orange Pants himself?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it Dooley? I almost thought that for a second. Yeah, interesting.
Old Crutch. Yeah,
CBJ for $50. That ain't cheap. We got to play the clip.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man.
Stevie J with a $50 super chat. That is not cheap. Says better late than never. I am here. Go Vols. We can go ahead and start the stream. Let's start from scratch because Stevie J did just show up. So we'll start from scratch from the very beginning.
Run it back.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. I'm just kidding, Stevie J. We love you, buddy. Thank you for the super chat. Very, very generous. They're dropping those clip emojis in the chat now as well. $1 Million Man emojis flooding the chat. We are about 12 minutes away from kickoff. I do want to just remind you, anybody new in the chat, the Tailgate Show is a fan call-in show. It's where the members of the channel get to come on, hang out, talk Tennessee football, but we will be live also immediately following the game. Myself, Dauber, Snake will be back on here. We'll be talking about this Alabama game, hopefully lighting up some cigars and celebrate. As we get ready to wrap this thing up, where's the confidence level? Like seriously, not this BS fake confidence of, yeah. I'm talking, you got to put your life savings on the line, Dakota. Your life savings on the line. Are you taking Tennessee?
Yeah, because I don't
That's
really
what
have
I'm
much
talking
in my
about.
life savings.
It's worth it. It's worth it to just take that gamble.
I mean, 50-50 chance here.
You think it's... do we think it's a shootout? Like, is that where we're at?
50-50.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I think it's almost gonna be that. I think it's gonna be a shootout, and I think that I think that there's nobody in the country, no team in the country can keep up with Tennessee in a shootout. So I think it's gonna go that way, and I think that's gonna go our way.
Yeah, Bryce is going to play. It's gonna be interesting to watch. I mean, neither team is gonna play perfect in this game. But I like Tennessee in a shootout against an 80% Bryce Young. I just do. It's up to Tennessee. Tennessee is controlling their destiny in this game. I'm going to go ahead. And I forgot to give my score prediction yesterday morning, so I'm going to go ahead and give my score prediction. Okay, as we walk up to kickoff here. Bryce Young affected my score a little bit, but again, if we can put him, I mean, all it takes is going to be one hit to make that shoulder hurt real bad for him. I don't want him to get injured, man. I don't, because with the way his shoulder is, him injuring that shoulder could mean his season or his career. So, I don't want him to get hurt, but at the same time, it's a reality that he might. At the same time, if he can stay in and be tough and put some points on the board, I think Tennessee, if they can just, I'm saying this assuming Tennessee is not going to lose the game for themselves. Okay, I'm assuming they're not going to do that. If they can go out and execute and play Tennessee football, I think Tennessee wins 38-31.
I feel like we're playing Price is Right, and you just undercut my bid.
Hey,
Samantha,
does everybody know how to light the cigars properly? I know a little bit about cigars. I just want to make sure everyone that has it knows how to do it and actually get it proper and enjoy their smokes.
That's what YouTube's for, right? I mean, they can teach you how to perform brain surgery on YouTube nowadays. Like, that's how you do everything, right? Samantha for 2, take the over, guys. Take the over. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored both ways. Look, we're going to wrap it up. We're about a little less than 10 minutes away from kickoff again. Don't forget to be live right here immediately following the game. Me, Dauber, and Snake. Hopefully it's a celebration. Thank you guys for all the support this week. It's been nuts. It's been a heck of a ride. This is the way we're supposed to enjoy Tennessee football. So we're going to get out the door for Dauber, for Gabe, for the cast of characters, you bunch of lunatics. Appreciate you guys jumping on and talking Vol football. This is the Talkin Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big
Bucks, Bama.
Orange.
That we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.